love this idea that just to make sure everything's copacetic, you're going to just keep fisting the mic throughout the show.
This is fisting?
Yeah, this is how fisting works. It's just a little like...
You yank out the hole.
Oh, God.
You pull it out. Rosebud. You pull out the rosebud. You extend it.
See, it took me until watching RuPaul's Drag Race to know what a rosebud was.
I still don't know what that is.
Was
I'm
that
going to be honest.
recorded?
Welcome to Two Nosy Meerkats!
Welcome back to Two Nosy Meerkats.
Where we start on prolapse and we don't look back. This is going to start at a 12, and it's just going to get up to a 103.
Yeah!
Please welcome today our guest.
Such a special guest. What are the words we can use to describe our guest? I mean, words fail.
Words, monster. And by that I mean Gaga's
Energy drink.
Gaga's little monster. Big bitch. What else?
Little bitch.
Little bitch.
Medium-sized bitch.
Yes, dare I say the Goldilocks zone of bitch.
The goal. It's just right.
Just right.
Give it up for Aran Abilock Clemmons, everyone.
Yay! Close personal friend of my close personal friend, Anne Hathaway.
Yes, I am Anne Hathaway.
Yes.
Have you noticed?
I've had some work done.
I was just going to say, she's had some work done.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Anne?
I feel like I'm glowing.
Yeah.
I feel radioactive.
I
feel
I thought you were going to say radiant. I think you went with radioactive.
You got a surgery to become radioactive.
I feel like I'm becoming a positive ion right now. I feel like, or a negative ion. What happens when you, this is chemistry.
We should all strive for that.
Yeah.
Wait, when you combine a positive with a negative ion?
Well, it's, what is it? What
When
what
you
do
get a
the
neutral
electrons?
ion?
What do electrons do when you're glowing, like radium?
How can we comment on the life of electrons? I mean, love is love, and
Love is love.
they deserve to be themselves.
Say that.
Except for subatomic particles. If you're a quark, stay straight.
Whoa, true.
Whoa, yeah, don't come out.
Yeah.
We don't allow quarks on this podcast. Quarks or quirks?
No.
No
We hate
quirkies
both.
and no quarkies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
What about-
that actually sounds like a slur. Quarkies? Ugh.
I'm sick of these damn quarkies
What
in
about
our
quacks?
neighborhood. What about what?
Are ducks allowed quacks?
Oh, quacks.
Only if they're well cooked.
Yeah, not alive. Dead.
Yes.
I'm taking note of that.
Good.
Good. I was going to say something before about...
What were you going to say?
Before you said positive...
Well, first off, we should say Happy New Year. This is our first recording of
All right.
2022.
Happy New Year 2022, the last one.
Yeah. God damn. We've never had a guest do that before. Just say like when our end is gonna be.
Well, we've never had a guest know so much before.
What else do you know?
yeah,
What can you tell us?
What do you know?
Well, I know that you're Anne Hathaway, but
Thank
I
you.
mean, you've shared that with us all.
In song.
I know what you just told us.
I know what your home looks like now.
Yes.
Listener, viewer.
What
if
if you-
could see beyond this camera?
You would be like,
If these
wow.
walls could talk.
Anne Hathaway's home is hot.
It's hot. There are a bunch of naked people standing, watching.
They're just my mascots.
They're not touching themselves. They're just watching.
They volunteer and in return I let them touch my Oscar.
Yeah.
Doesn't Anne Hathaway have 2 Oscars? I'm
I think
starting
it's
to think
just the
you're...
one.
No,
I think it's just the one for Les Mis.
Just one.
I
And
shouldn't
she would
question
know.
you, Anne. Yeah, she would know.
Excuse me. I speak in third person so often.
Anne, how does it feel that you never show up to our open mic, even though we named the whole thing after you?
Yeah, even though it was your idea.
It was your idea.
I don't remember it being my idea. I remember it being a bit of a group idea that I was kind of
Gaslighting.
pressured into.
We're suddenly
honestly,
having some memory loss all of a sudden.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I just have such a foggy memory of when we all sat down together and had blintzes and drank whiskey, and I forgot
Could you?
more details.
Sorry, I just want to break character for a second. Could you imagine Anne Hathaway eating blintzes and drinking whiskey?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
What are you
right
trying
here.
to say?
Okay, maybe I don't know you as well as I thought, Anne. I kind of thought you were a salads girl. I saw that movie, The Devil Wears the Prada.
Salad.
The devil, the devil wears salad
The
dressing.
Devil Wears... Ooh.
Well, call me the devil because I'm fully dressed in ranch dressing.
Can we go back to how you predicted the end of
Yeah, let's go back to
days?
that.
Well, sorry, I said it would be the last one. I meant it would be the last 2022.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right.
No
about-
one has said that before. This is a big scientific discovery right here.
No one is talking
What
about
did you think
this.
I was saying?
I thought you were saying that this is our last year as a podcast.
No, that's not what I thought he was saying.
Well, that's probably true.
Ooh.
Is it? After this episode, they won't let you back on.
I thought he was saying this is the last year of life on
I feel
Earth.
like we're being gaslit by someone who's gaslighting themselves.
There's been a lot of gaslighting.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We're all
The
going.
CDC.
gaslighting.
The CDC recommends you gaslight your podcast partners until they all die of carbon
Yeah.
monoxide.
That's why I'm doing this, because the CDC
Yeah.
recommended it.
The CDC recommends you be on a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. That's why everyone's starting one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The antidote to COVID, not the horse stuff. It's being on a podcast. Specifically this one. You have to go to this one.
Yeah. What is it called? Ivy.
Ivermectin.
Blue ivy.
Blue Ivy Carter.
Blue Ivy Carter is the cure.
You have to take Blue
Yeah.
Ivy Carter 24 hours a day. Don't overdo it, though. Don't overdo it. Or people,
Where do we take Blue Ivy Carter?
you know, any way that you would take a medicine.
Anywhere. God, I'm not going to say that.
No, go!
What were you gonna
You're on
say?
this podcast.
Anywhere she'll fit.
And where does she fit, Aaron? Where does she fit?
I don't know. In a nice room.
A nice
isolated.
room?
A room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where you
put-
keep
put
the
her in a
naked
room.
people.
No, but what the what?
Behind us. The ones that you...
Put her in your recording booth.
The
Oh, no-
ones you
oh,
let
yeah.
touch
Let her
your
make
Oscar.
magic.
Yeah.
That's the cure.
I
Put
thought
her
you
in a-
said
put her in a
behind all
booth.
the naked people. I was like, whoa, this is a child still.
Oh well, yeah. They bring her like throw her over the naked people. Don't let her.
Do we
see
not
them.
remember this?
Like a football, just like
Exactly.
you'll be fine.
There
Put a
were
blindfold
naked
on
people
her,
in
she
your
can't-
apartment 2 minutes ago.
Exactly. They're still here. They're just touching my Oscar. I'm Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, they're in the other room.
Okay.
Do you think Anne Hathaway knows the Carters? Do you think she's on a first name basis with?
I feel like she's like tried to get lunch with Beyonce, and Beyonce was like, sorry, I'm busy. Can we do another week? And then just never responds after.
Beyonce was like, I hate Jewish people.
Well, that's not what I
Well,
said.
put that in a clip. Put that
that
all
in a
over
clip.
the
Put
put it
that in
all
a
over the
clip.
TikTok.
That's Nicole.
The more
Lucas
horrible
said
it
it
is,
first.
it's like, well, put that in a clip.
That's what people will do.
Yeah. Just slander. Let's just do slander. Yeah.
Yeah, this is where we slander Lucas, but we are an equal.
Who's Lucas?
opportunity-
I'm Anne Hathaway.
Right. Well, he is someone who you probably wouldn't know.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's.
Is he hot? I like Lucases that are hot.
Yes.
Good. That's
He's
what I like
someone
to
else's
hear.
gender envy.
You could say
Yes.
You could say slippery.
Slippery.
You could say slippery.
What does he slip into or out of or beside?
Well, I think that's a question that answers itself. I think you
couldn't
have to
agree
give
more.
it a thought.
I couldn't agree more. Aaron, did you know that
That
someone
was so artfully a cop-out answer.
someone commented and they said that Lucas was their gender, like
I
what
was
made
very
them
flattered.
experience gender envy? Like their gender would want to be Lucas.
Tracks. I remember Carlos's joke about you.
Which
That-
one?
That you were trans, but from puppet to real boy.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, no. I remember he was like, not many people know this, but Lucas is actually trans, and it's not that it's nothing to do with his gender. He just recently transitioned from puppet to real boy.
Shout out
I
to
remember it
Carlos
so well.
Noya. Has he been on the pod?
He
No,
is
we're
not.
gonna
We're getting
have
him
him
on
on.
soon.
We're
We're
gonna
getting
get
him on
him
soon.
on.
You should
Yeah.
because he roasted your ass.
I know, and he won.
You did good too.
Thank you.
was
I
good.
will say, it was very close. It came down to an audience vote, so it wasn't.
Yeah, it was very evenly matched.
I agree. He was really good.
He was really good, and I see he's still doing that. I saw he did another one.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's on a roll
I
with
didn't
them.
go see it. I wish I could have seen it, but it was like pretty soon after I got back, and I was like, this isn't. Safe
And you were
for
too
me to go.
butthurt.
I was.
Your ass being roasted. Your
Yeah.
ass
Yes.
hurt because it had been roasted.
Yes.
People don't know this, but after Lucas loses a roast, he cries 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 125,600 minutes
And a half.
and a half.
And then he, as April Clark, I'm just going to keep shouting out comedians.
Cool,
As April
okay.
Clark mentioned, he then beats his wife.
Yes.
Which is me.
Gives you a
That's
strong
why-
hand.
Yeah.
As a
Yeah, that's why
callback
she
to-
dyed her hair. It's to disguise the bruises.
I did dye my hair, but it came out too dark. My mom always says that when you first change your hair, it goes into shock, which is
What? I'm so
Your
unfamiliar.
hair is shocked right now. It's going,
you bitch.
What?
it gives the Home Alone face.
It definitely doesn't medically
Your
make
hair
sense.
goes. He said what?
Oh my god, girl, you changed me.
Guxerl with an X.
Oh.
Women's
Oh, no. Wow.
folks. You know,
I think folks is cute with an X. That's okay. It's
just
more
wanna
economic. It's fewer letters.
I want to say something about folks, which is that folks is already gender neutral.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I guess that
Also, this. Forgive me for interrupting you.
is...
Please
No, you can
continue.
interrupt, Daddy.
Okay, son.
You like it. Woo! Some role play.
Okay, well, I'm sure you guys are aware of Latinx and Latin.
Yeah, yes.
Those ones?
Yes.
Okay, so is Latin not already gender neutral, just Latin?
Yeah, but it
that
sounds
is a
like
different meaning, I think.
the dead language.
Yeah.
Latin.
Okay, fair.
My
Yeah.
mom took Latin. Maybe that's why she thinks hair goes into shock, because she read it in like an Aristotle poem.
What?
I don't know if Aristotle wrote.
Aristotle dyed his hair?
Aristotle was punk as fuck. You don't know? Aristotle died.
Non-binary
You do
queen.
know.
Aristotle.
Oh, no.
Aristotle listened to
Door knocker nose ring.
Death Cab for Cutie every single day in middle school.
I don't know what that is. What
That
is
was the cute. You don't know Death Cab for Cutie?
I have no idea what that is.
I was catching up in your pod recently, and Gabby was just naming all these bands, and you were like, no.
Yeah, I
don't
had
know
no
that
idea.
One, don't know. Lucas has never heard of a band.
No, but we recently had a guest, Ben Brainerd, on, and he and I in the car, we were playing like a set Spotify to shuffle and then guess the song, guess the artist, and I beat him in almost every decade.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's something. You just can't do bands.
Nah,
It has to be one person, or everything
I'm not
becomes
really
a
into
blur.
indie music.
I mean, not all bands
Indian?
are like indie.
Indian music.
You are just trying to get
me
that sound
canceled.
clip today. It happened to you, and now you're trying to do onto others as you have done to yourself.
Everyone needs to be canceled. You all need to experience what I
Oh
went
my
through.
God.
It
I
will
do
make
remember our
you
last
better.
pod, though. We were saying a lot of things about Anne Frank. We were saying things about we were red pilling the viewers. I wanted to listen back to her. I'm back, by the way. You
Oh
might
yeah,
have
we didn't
heard
mention
me.
this. Aaron is a returning guest.
Yes.
There's been what, like a few I know. David Dobbins came back. Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
He was our first returning guest.
He's our first returner. You are our second returner.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
How's it feel to be almost?
How does it
David
feel to be
Dobbins?
number 2?
Number 2.
Yeah.
Well, I like to go number 2.
And it shows.
So you can see that in my face.
You know, that's the first thing I noticed about you.
One thing about Aaron, he likes to take a big old dude.
When I saw you for the first time, I was like, "Yo, this dude shits."
Oh, and I do. That's actually
It's true.
You
It's
know
true.
this about
Yeah.
me.
Aaron and I go pee pee and
I
poo poo
shit
a lot. Yeah.
How
Especially
often do
pee a
you
lot.
shoot? Do you shit?
Do I shoute?
Do you shoot? Do you
Lucas
shoot the
is
shit?
just
How
asking
long- yeah.
because he's gonna one up you and be
Oh,
like,
I'm about to
"That's
one up you
a-"
so fucking hard.
Okay, it depends. It does vary, but it can be on an average 3 or more times a day.
Whoa. All right, we're all right with 2 people of the upper crust right now. How do you
The
feel?
upper crusty poo.
Emasculated.
Yeah,
Emasculated?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Do you poop
Not
more?
sorry.
I poop less.
Yeah.
I would say that's a feminine quality, not to gender our poops, but
Not to
always
gender
gender
your
my poop.
anus,
because
but
women don't poop. Gender is a spectrum, and the spectrum is how often do you poop?
yes.
That's true. So, listeners, if you are sitting here wondering, like, am I non-binary? Am I this? Am I that?
Yeah.
Think about your poops.
Think
Yeah.
about your poops. If you,
But the
if you've
spectrum
never
quickly
pooped-
goes into you need to see a doctor. Just there's a very narrow range where it's okay.
Yeah, if it's like 8 times, don't interpret that as like, I'm cis. Be like, I have to go somewhere.
If
Yeah.
you've never pooped, That's a woman
IBS gender.
with a disability that needs to be checked out.
Yeah.
Everyone on the spectrum besides like 1 to 4 times has a disability that needs to be checked out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh my.
Although if you were a woman, that's called... Never mind. I was
Say
going to...
No, say it. Say her
Say
name.
it.
Say her name.
Being a woman is a disability because you don't get to hold the door. Ever think of that? Ever think of that?
Well,
I have not thought of that.
considering that chivalry is dead, and
Who is she?
who is she?
What a
You don't know
beautiful-
Chivalry?
what a beautiful
She was
name
on
for a
season
baby
14 of
girl.
Drag Race.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Chivalry.
Chivalry. She died?
I said she's on season 4. Oh, right. I just said she died. Yeah, she was cast in season 14. And
What is going on?
He said chivalry is dead, and I said, who is she?
Yeah.
And
Right, I
he
forgot
helpfully
that-
explained that she's
I
a drag
forgot that I
queen.
said she. Well, it was on a challenge on Drag
Okay.
Race.
Oh my god, so RuPaul saw it happen
RuPaul killed her.
and did what? No
Oh,
one
sorry.
did
Those
it?
are spoilers for the season.
And
I'm not
didn't
supposed to
ask
say
for
yet.
consent
It's gonna
first?
air.
Was it like a mini challenge, like you know the one where Ru like slap like all the she like slaps
She
all the
lines
girls,
up and slaps their butts bare.
What?
and
They
that's
line
how
up.
This
It's a
is
spanking machine.
So new. I have not
RuPaul's
checked in.
Spanking machine.
and that's how chivalry dies from a spank.
I hate that I mentioned that I listened to the first episode I was on here. I hate that I did take some time to talk about Drag Race in that, and now I'm bringing it up again. And I
Well,
don't wanna,
at the
don't
time
wanna be
I didn't
known
watch
for
Drag
this.
Race, and now I'm a fan. And Trixie
Lucas
Mattel
has
now
seen it.
follows
Aaron, how does
Oh wait,
it...
look, Trixie.
Oh,
are you,
yeah.
Trixie, are you watching?
Trixie, are you watching?
Trixie,
Maybe.
Trixie,
maybe
can you
might see
hear me?
Can you feel me near you? I am in your window.
this. Yeah, Trixie, look out
I
your
am
window
stalking
tonight.
you now.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
We're saying hello.
Oh, can I
Hi.
tell you that for Thanksgiving I went to see 2 of my cousins, and one of them is a big fan of Drag Race and lost her shit when I told her that Trixie followed me on Twitter.
Yeah, I know someone who would.
And that
also
cousin was
lose her shit.
Katya.
Yeah. Yeah, no. They're so different.
It's pretty cool.
So different.
It's pretty cool being famous. What is it like?
It's
I
just
know he means it too. He's so earnest.
I mean it.
I know you do. What's it like?
what is it like? It's like waking up in the morning and thinking people care about me.
Ooh, I would
Ooh.
like that feeling.
Yeah.
People care
I'm
about
sure
you,
you
but just
would.
not the people you want.
Yeah.
No, people care about me. All the listeners out there who care about me, thank you for caring.
How many times did I check in on you when you had COVID?
I don't know. I wasn't counting.
Bitch, count! I saw someone on Twitter made a spreadsheet of how many times.
How many times you guys
Yeah, they were.
checked in with each other?
Yeah, our FBI agent made
Yeah,
makes a compilation.
But you're not on Twitter. Are you back on Twitter?
Uh-oh, is she gonna reveal?
Okay, so
Nailed.
I'm not gonna say what the handle is, but I do have a burner Twitter account now just for
She does.
baseball.
Well, she said it was just for baseball, but then
But then I
she
tweeted about
started tweeting about other things, and I was like texting her, like, Gabby, Gabby.
this is not the baseball content. It's just the
isn't what I
anonymity
signed
of
up for.
12 followers is like so freeing, and also my whole feed now, the algorithm has switched it all to like very niche baseball things. So I don't
Wow.
have to watch comedians try and get famous anymore. I just get to thirst over Shohei Ohtani, and that's all I want.
Wait, who's Shohei Ohtani?
A hot
I think
fucking
you told me
guy.
about him. He's a baseballer, right?
He's a baseball player from Japan, and he's very good looking. And
Wait, can you show me a picture of him? I want to
Yes.
thirst over him
Is
as well.
that your phone?
That's my phone. Yeah.
he pitches and hits, which I know Aaron already does.
So he's
but
bi.
That doesn't mean you're bi. That means you're verse.
Yeah, it means it means you're verse. So he's verse,
Okay.
No, it does.
and he's verse like Babe Ruth was verse, except I don't think he hates Jews.
That is the name of the private Twitter account. Follow her at I Hate Jews.
Oh
my god.
My God! Oh, he's so sexy. Look at him.
Oh, that's adorable.
Listeners, Google Shohei Ohtani, and you'll love
This is how
baseball
you spell.
again.
This is how you spell his name. SHOHEIOHTANI.
The naked people are back in the room, and they heard the name, and they all
This
came.
is his face.
I've seen him. Gabby showed me.
Oh, I've never seen him
And
before.
what's your review?
Of him?
Yeah,
Good-looking guy.
yeah. Well, you're married,
I
so you
think
can't say
he-
very much.
I think
not
he looks
allowed
a
to
little
look
bit
at
like Dante
anyone.
Bosco.
Who's that again?
Dante Bosco, he was in Hook.
Oh.
He was the dude with the red hair.
Yes.
Rubio, that's his, yeah,
Oh.
Rubio. He looks
Marco
a little bit
Rubio?
like him, yeah.
Marco Rubio. He looks like
Marco Rubio.
Do you remember that one like cursed time in like 2012 where people were like, Marco Rubio's problematic, but kind of sexy?
No.
Oh yeah. Well,
I
again,
had that,
I don't
but
remember.
with French Prime Minister candidate Marine Le Pen.
You've
yeah,
told me
talked
this.
about
Yeah,
Yeah.
you told me this.
It
yeah.
was. I remember I was in college and I was like, she's kind of hot though. And all my roommates and friends were like, no, they did not share my opinion. But I was like, yeah, yeah.
Who's your problematic fave?
She is my problematic
her?
fave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your problematic fave?
Who's your yeah?
And
Oh.
you.
I
Both of
understand.
you.
Besides both of us, Gabby and me, Anne Hathaway. Who else is a
Well, not to
problematic?
bring up the drag race again, but I think the last time I was on the pod, I did answer this question, and
Really?
it was RuPaul. Well, you didn't ask me, but I was like, I guess he's a problematic fave, but he does have a lot of problems.
Okay.
He's a problematic fave, but he's not the
But
problematic.
he entertains me. He makes me laugh, and
Oh,
his show
okay,
is
but
fun.
okay, but this is actually an interesting question that I think may become a recurrent one. Who is a problematic person that you are that you think is hot
That I think is hot.
besides RuPaul?
Well,
RuPaul's so hot. Oh,
Did your skin crawl when you said that?
oh,
I say a lot of horrible shit on here, but nothing
Yeah.
as horrible as that.
Trump.
I mean,
That's acting, folks.
he's good to
No.
look at. Tell
Easy
me-
on the eyes, easy on the stomach,
I
the intestines.
you
Easy on
Sounds
the
like you ate
digestive
him.
tract.
Yeah, I see Trump got a smooth poop coming. I see Trump. It comes out nice and easy, not more than 3 times a day. I get 1 to 2. All it takes, I look at a picture of Trump.
The fuck is happening?
my problematic fave, who I think is so hot, is Aaron's poop when he sees Trump.
No, I'm trying to think of a real answer to that question. But I mean, Trump is up there. But
Yeah.
I don't know who is
Oh, I have another one in mind.
probably
for
like
me.
a porn star who got canceled. Oh, probably Colby Keller.
Who's that?
He's like a gay porn star who
Okay.
I think voted for Trump that people found out. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, Gabby, what about
I'm
you?
sorry, there were like preteens listening to this. They probably should know the name of like a porn star. Well,
What if
actually-
they're like, we're way ahead of you?
No, actually, I just realized I did start pretty. Yeah, I maybe.
Preteens?
How
Yes.
old? Wait, how old are you with the first time you saw porn?
Oh God, there are millions of people who are gonna watch this. 2.
2?
Yeah.
You were. At
I
the
thought
age
you were
of
saying
2?
there's
That
2
was 2.
people who are gonna watch this.
No, I was 2.
You were 2. Wait, how old were you actually? Seriously though.
I don't.
Don't coyly laugh and then brush it off.
Yeah, I was 2, so you don't have to steal my answer.
106.
Hey, can we stop playing the fuck around and just answer the question?
We don't play games.
Okay,
we don't play
games.
fucking games on this podcast.
We learned from Antoine. We don't play games anymore.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not entirely sure. I
Okay,
want-
give us a range, like around.
Yeah, I feel like it was maybe 12.
Okay.
That's really not embarrassing.
No, I would say that's very normal, or at least very typical.
No, it is normal.
At least very typical.
But I was made to feel like it wasn't normal because my parents, they found out.
Ah.
They found out.
Yeah, they found out
When did they find out?
around that time,
Oh my.
like right away.
What
Was
was
it
their
when-
reaction? I want this story.
Wait, first I want to know, was it like on the, how did they found, was it like on the family computer where everyone went to play like Minesweeper?
No, it was on mine. It was just on mine. I don't know. They must have.
He was
like,
12
looked-
in 1998. Yeah.
They must have looked at my history, and they like my mom convinced me that this is illegal, and so the police are gonna find out, and they're gonna come, and
Oh
they're
my
gonna.
Oh,
God.
they're gonna come.
They're gonna come. Oh, they're gonna come. They're gonna
police
find
are
out.
gonna
Oh, this
come.
12-year-old watched this porn. I'm gonna come.
The way you said your mom said it.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, that's how she said it. My
Yeah.
mom said like they're gonna come.
Oh my
And
God.
they're gonna come.
The police, they're gonna show up to your door and go, anyone order a cop. I assume that's how that works.
No, she thought they were gonna.
You've been so bad
Okay,
looking
she-
up the naughty pictures online.
I don't know if she like I don't know if she really believed us or what she believed, but she was like, they're going to find out. They're going to come. They're going to arrest us. They're going to arrest you.
Every time you say they're
Everyone's
going to
gonna
come,
be
I start
arrested.
laughing. Us!
What about you guys? I know, Gabby, that you don't enjoy porn. I know that you do enjoy porn, Lucas.
I do. Oh, we know. Yeah. No,
Everyone knows about this.
Everyone knows. I was 14. First time
14.
I was
Late bloomer.
comparatively
Did
late.
anyone ever find out?
No.
Yeah,
never.
I think my mom in particular was a bit nosy.
A nosy
Really?
meerkat.
She knew my business.
yeah.
She was a nosy meerkat. So no one, your parents never knew. Are they listening? Your mom, is she listening?
My mom is not listening.
Okay.
My dad is listening to every episode
He's
from the
listened
great
to-
beyond.
How does it feel as two members of the deceased parent club to
Yes.
know that they are listening and watching everything we do at every moment?
You say that, but genuinely I don't think so because okay, so last year when my mom came over for my birthday, but also to help me deal with my dad's stuff because he only died like a couple weeks prior, my mom and I were out for brunch. Did I talk about this already?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we were out for brunch on my birthday, and my mom said, I don't want to spend like too much time talking about your dad and dwelling on that, but I just hope you know that he loved you and he would be wishing you a happy birthday. It was a very sweet thing that she said.
That's
and
sweet.
I was like, yeah, he was alive last year and he did not wish me a happy birthday.
Oh yeah, I
On
think
my
you might have
birth-
mentioned this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my mom
Wow.
was like, oh, he might have been just like busy on the day. I was like, oh, no, he called me on my birthday, but he forgot to wish me happy birthday. He was around. He just forgot.
Yeah, I'll say this because I know he's not listening. My dad didn't contact me on my birthday this year. I don't know if he forgot or if he like thought he. I mean, we don't have like a bad relationship.
Was
We
that the
don't
first
talk a
time
lot.
that happened?
I don't know. Like,
Really?
if it hadn't happened before, or if it happened before, I hadn't noticed. But I noticed on that day, and I called him. Oh, actually, I did call him, and I.
Oh.
No, wait. Not on the day. I called him another day, and I was like, "Oh, guys, I did this thing for my birthday." I was like, "Was he gonna react?
And did he?
Was he like, I didn't say anything? No, he didn't say anything." Sorry, I'm not trying to drag.
I feel so bad for you guys.
the mood.
Honestly.
Oh my God.
With my perfect little family, like the privilege hurts.
When was the first time you saw porn?
Yeah.
I think I was 10 when I just
Such a pivot.
Yeah, it was going in a direction that I didn't want it to go.
I appreciate it. Back to porn.
I Google what? You didn't want me talking about my privy?
What?
My privilege. My
Oh,
privy.
yeah. You're privy.
Yeah, that's what privileged
You have
people call it
parent
because they can't
privilege
say
where
the
you
whole
have,
word.
like,
You have parent
good-
privilege.
Good
You have
relationship with your parents.
You have
They're
nuclear
both
family
alive.
privilege.
Yeah, I have nuclear family privilege. It is a good relationship with my family. It is complicated though,
Yeah, I
as
know
all
it's-
things are.
Because
as
they're
many
all so
relationships
hot,
are.
and you just can't
It's
resist
complicated
them.
because I want to fuck my mom and dad. Honestly, it's complicated. I would fuck my sister, but I don't fuck people younger than me. So
That's the only thing.
that's the only reason.
If she were your older sister.
It'd be so horrible if she
You would
listened to
be-
this. But I shared a room with my sister over the holidays, and she told me one night very candidly, like, your podcast is too long.
Whoa.
I think your podcast is standard podcast.
I think it's, but for
Does
people,
she listen to podcasts and like?
not really. She,
Okay, well there you go.
She
Yeah.
listens to podcasts called she listens to one, by the way, highly recommend it, but definitely very tonally different than this. It's called Radical Imagination, and they have topics like a world without police and like restructuring budgets of cities. Very different than this. So that's like what she listens to. She's not listening
She
to
sounds like someone parents want to be their kid.
yes.
That's what she sounds like right now.
I mean, besides being actually smart, I do think she and I are pretty similar, and she just doesn't listen to long podcasts, and I make long podcasts.
Wait, how long are these podcasts that she's listening to? Like 20 minutes? Like what?
Like 40 minutes or so.
Okay.
But it's easier to listen to. It's probably easier for people who don't listen to podcasts to listen to, shit that makes any fucking sense as opposed to us. But I think
Yeah.
we're amazing. So
We are. Back to porn.
Back to
How old
porn.
were you?
Yeah, how old were you?
I think I was 10 and I just Googled the word penis because I just wanted to understand what
Oh
it
my
was
God.
like.
Google blue
You're-
waffle.
I didn't
Oh,
Google blue.
can-
That was too hardcore.
Can
for
I
me.
tell you something? We have similar trajectories in that I was 10 the first time I ever Googled naked bodies. I literally just Googled the words naked women. I then saw a glimpse and then I immediately closed the window. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. I was so ashamed. And then I remember I was in the car with my mom and I cried and I confessed what I did.
Oh,
and
she did know. Well,
yeah.
I mean, it wasn't.
And then she was like,
sort of porn.
you're fine. It's okay. Like she was
Yeah.
really confused.
Clearly,
I would
that was
love
not
to
my
be a
family's reaction.
Wait,
What? Say that again. Sorry.
To finding out that I had seen like naked people online. That was not their reaction.
your mom yelled, "They're gonna
They're gonna come.
come!" I did not tell my parents what I had done, but I definitely thought the penises were too big, which went on to explain a lot.
What is your idea?
What's the
What was
ideal
your
size?
ideal size for a penis back? This is awful. You were 10, but still, what was your ideal size?
I don't know that I had an ideal size. Just even now, sometimes when I see what people think is the ideal naked person, like in a image or whatever, I'm like,
The ideal
too
male
big.
body. Yeah.
that's too big. And I've heard that people who like to fuck people with dicks are like, you know what? It shouldn't be that large. It should be medium sized.
Depends on who you're asking. 'Cause some people, they want they want a fridge up there. That is not an exaggeration.
Is your refrigerator running? Because it
'Cause
better be into my butt.
It better be. Traffic cones.
You better go catch it.
Traffic cones, real.
I think it was
They're
you
real.
who told me
Traffic
about the
cones,
mason
they're
jar.
real. Yeah.
Yes,
mason
I've seen.
jars.
Oh, I don't think traffic cones are a myth. I think I've seen them existing.
They're real, and people put them in their anus.
Oh.
People put them in their anus, but otherwise they're not real.
Hey, we don't
That lamp?
judge.
That lamp.
That lamp. Wait,
It's
which
probably
one?
been up someone.
That?
Yeah.
This lamp?
Someone found it. Some gay out there, they found it.
My
Put
mom.
it in. Your mom is gay. Next to me.
I guess. I guess.
Was
It's
it
canon. It's.
you? You told me about the mason jar
Mason jar.
in the butt.
And it like cracks in the
Uh-huh.
dude's butt. I've seen that video.
How did you come across it?
Oh, I was like pranked and showing that, like friends
Yeah.
in high school be like, "Oh, you got to see this. It's awesome. It's hilarious." And then it's just like a dude shoving a mason jar up his butt and then it breaks and then he bleeds and it's awful.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
When
I have
you
so much shame for having seen that. I have so much shame in general, but
Do you think that still happens? Do you think kids are right now and like are discovering the internet and they're pranking each other with things like that? Because
Well,
I
I
feel
don't
like
think
that
they're
was a
just-
very specific thing
Yeah.
for us.
Whatever
very
happened to the thing where you hold your fingers out like this?
Oh,
and
yeah.
you make a person look at it.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
That
No.
happens still.
Does it?
Oh yeah, because
Wait, what is
a
the-
kid
what's the
did that to
idea?
me on the street.
what's the idea
He was like,
behind
"Hey,
it?
look," and I was like,
The-
"Damn it, you got me." I was like,
To describe this in a visual format, you put your fingers, all 5 of them, you put index, middle finger, ring, and pinky all aligned.
as if you were about to kiss it like an Italian, and go "mwah,"
And then you put,
But then you just hold it out. Bless you.
you put your thumb there, like you're making the Italian gesture, like, "Oh, Mario." And then you say, "Hey, Aaron, come look at this." And then you look at it, and it's just me showing you my fingers. As if to say, you just looked at a vagina
Or a penis.
or a butt.
That is so.
I think this is more anus-like,
Dumb.
actually.
But what happened to that?
This is my anus. It goes like this, and then it.
And then it does a salsa?
Aaron just made a tornado gesture.
Yeah.
It has tendrils.
It feels like an old person doing an impression of a Pokemon. It's like
Yeah, it's like that kind of sounds like Squirtle, actually.
yeah.
Wait, is it Squirtle? No,
Yeah.
not Squirtle. Who makes that sound?
I do.
Oh,
I
it's
don't-
Yeah,
Gabby.
Yeah,
I was thinking,
Gabby.
sorry,
it was
I
Gabby.
What do you evolve into?
do. I evolve into. Let me think about this
A
for a
menace
second.
to society.
Yeah. Ever heard of Robert Durst? I just thought of him because he died.
Yeah, I just died.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
You're gonna evolve
Poor
into
guy.
him in the sense that you will.
Become him.
Die. We will all die.
Physically
But
and
right
mentally.
before you die, the minute before you'll turn into him.
Yes.
You won't remember having been Gabby, and you're like, it's
You've
me,
picked up
Robert
Chekhov's
Durst.
gun. You need to shoot it.
It would be so weird if it was like a Freaky Friday situation and Robert Durst went into my body.
What if you Freaky Friday'd with like a corpse?
Just like, fuck.
Oh,
I'm in the
come
coffin.
on.
Come on.
I gotta die.
Oh,
Who would you like to switch bodies with?
Ooh.
Both of you.
Ooh.
For how long?
That's a good question.
Until you both learn to love yourselves.
Oh, right, because that's what it's about. Well,
Yes.
that would take a very long time.
Love myself as another person? That's very tough.
Yeah.
Love yourself as another person and as you, so it's twice the work.
Well, as another person, I think it'd be easy. But
Aaron, fuck out of here. What about you?
I think I would probably go Oprah.
That's
Oh,
such a good
wow.
answer.
Yeah. I
So-
would go Oprah.
interesting.
She basically does what we do, but she changes people's lives and makes billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
in
mean, we
that
do the same
vein-
thing
in
just
the
without
vein
the
of
money.
money. It would be cool to be like, I would be Jeff Bezos because you could like give all the money away and then
Well,
switch back.
See, the thing is, specifically, I would want to I would want to become a woman. I would want to know what that feels like because I have no idea what that's like, and I would love to try that out.
Oh, you want some of this?
I do. I want to taste the sweet flavors of womanhood.
How do you think that people would take you as Oprah? How would you be
Vaginally.
received? They would engulf you vaginally as Oprah. Well, Gail would.
Is your Oprah running? Oh, yeah, what Gail would.
Gail engulfs her daily.
Is
I'm
your
sure.
Oprah running?
Because you gotta catch her. She
Better be in your butt.
is
Oh my-
she
wait a
running? So
second.
she better be.
Could you
running
imagine
into your butt.
Antoine switching bodies with Oprah?
Oh, fuck yeah, I can, of course.
Oh my
Oprah
god.
just being like, mow your lawn.
Yeah, mow your lawn. Oh my god.
16 glasses of water a day.
I feel like this has been getting lower. You
It's
can
been
edit
getting
this out.
low. Yeah, wait,
Should I?
I'm gonna bring it up.
Yeah.
We're going to take a short break to tell you about a new product that we're advertising on this
I kept
podcast.
watching it and being like, "What's going on?" Should I
It
fix
is
this somehow?
called fish
Thank you,
oil
Lukas.
enema, and it is something that you can take if you are feeling sad, mad, or glad. And now we're back. Squarespace.
Squarespace, me undies. All right, now you. Who would you like to switch bodies with?
I would, not to bring baseball back, but I'd switch bodies with like Derek Jeter.
That's a solid answer.
Reason being, I don't know if you guys know this about baseball. Derek Jeter was like, I don't want to offend any Yankees. First of all, I'm the biggest Yankee fan in the world, so Yankees fans listening, do not be offended by this. Derek Jeter was rated by many defensive metrics as the worst defensive shortstop of all time. But
Okay.
people don't know that because he has such big name recognition. My
Right.
goal is to be the absolute worst at what I do, but I have such incredible brand recognition that no one even realizes it
Gabby,
or cares.
do you hear that? That's the sound of me glazing over, listening to your baseball statistics.
We get it, you're gay. There's no
Sorry.
gay baseball fans in the world. I'm an anomaly.
Yeah.
I'm actually the only gay person in the world except Aaron, who doesn't count because he doesn't like baseball.
Yeah. Oh my god, you just became straight. How does it feel?
It feels like it's been inside me all along. A straight man has been inside me all along. This whole podcast.
Have you ever-
under the cushions?
Have you ever hooked up with a straight man?
No, I mean
That you know
I've
of.
hooked up with people that were in the closet.
Oh, that's sad.
In the closet straight?
Oh my god, there was this
You're
guy.
secretly straight.
There was this guy who was in an arranged marriage, and I didn't know until after we hooked up. Well, he wasn't in it yet. He was married to be wed, and I think it happened. And I was like, I feel bad.
Engaged?
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
he wasn't. Well, I think the whole thing was like set up. I think it was like I think he told me some period after, so he was like in the closet to like everyone, but I could tell he like, you know, in the hookup he was like, he like needed that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Like because
Yeah,
like,
he was gay.
That's what he wanted. And I think he's like married now, like in that marriage, just like in the closet.
Oh,
Aw.
that makes me so sad.
Yeah, it is.
What's
sad.
his name? Let's bring him on. Obviously, we're not gonna.
I
but
don't remember.
come
his
up with a
name.
fake name for him.
He's
Let's come
in
up with a-
London somewhere.
He's in London.
Yeah, I mean that's where I met him. I was abroad.
Prince.
I was also
Prince
studying in
Charles?
another country.
What?
arranged marriage.
I said we weren't going to name names.
Wow. So Prince Charles really needed that.
Yeah.
Well, I can't confirm or deny who it was, but just know that it may or may not be true.
This is the scoop to end all scoops.
Yeah.
Scoop it up.
Prince Charles is gay. What do you think it'll take for the royal family to contact us about this?
Ooh.
Do you think
What could we pretend like we had, like photos or evidence or something? What is it we could say we had to try to extort money from them?
I have photos of Prince Charles with a mason jar in his ass.
Well, doesn't everyone?
Photos of Prince Andrew on the boom shooting 2 girls 1 cup.
Oh yeah, we never knew who that boom operator was.
Exactly.
Now we know.
I don't remember there being sound beside the music.
I think there was some sound, right? It's not going to be completely silent of them going like,
and just go. Yeah.
Isn't there like 5 million 2 girls 1 cups now? Like what used to be
was it
novelty.
ever remade?
What?
Was it ever remade for a modern?
There was
audience?
a sequel.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah. What other?
Was there a gritty reboot like Batman?
Ooh, I was thinking about what other body liquids you can add into it. All I can think of is like blood and saliva. It would be a smut.
It's
film.
like the
Also
movie.
Bile.
Bile.
Yeah, don't forget
Bile.
bile.
Mucus.
Do not erase bile.
Say her
Mucus.
name.
Yeah.
Do
I
not
should not
What a
have
beautiful
erased
name
bile
for a
in that
girl.
way.
Bile would be a beautiful name. I'm naming
Simone
my kid
Biles.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm naming my kids Bile, Blood, and Sweat. No
Eyeball
tears.
jelly.
And a son called
Yeah.
Cum.
Oh, son.
Calm. Yeah, I don't believe there's any sperm in that video.
No.
Another bodily fluid.
Well, that's what we need to add.
Gotta mix it up. Gotta throw some ingredients.
I love a cocktail.
a cocktail. Yeah.
It feels like the game Kings, like the drinking game you play in college.
Oh, I don't know that game.
Goes down nice with some like
Cum.
crackers. Yeah. And such.
Yeah, I love a good cracker with my cum.
Yeah. Cum and a cracker.
Cum in a cracker.
Yeah.
The new
Just
product we're advertising on this podcast. Cum in a cracker.
Cum,
With
but also
Squarespace.
fecal matter, saliva,
Now made by Nabisco.
Nabisco.
Yeah.
They're doing it right over there.
They
at Nabisco
yeah.
HQ.
You get an Oreo for appetizer, then you get cum on a cracker for your entree.
Yeah. If that cum isn't on a cracker, I'm not interested. If that
Is that cum on a
does
cracker?
not come on it,
Or are you just happy to see me?
both. Why can't it be both?
Why not both?
It's a spectrum.
This
Yeah.
is
Not a
lot
binary.
that's happening, which I love.
I can't wait to hear what the preteens listening think of this.
I don't.
I
I
do.
I do.
I do. They usually have some informative stuff to say.
I do genuinely want to know, like, if I'm not endorsing anyone looking at porn if they're underage, obviously, but is obviously
If they're
I don't.
underage.
But do they prank each other? That's what I want to know. With like,
Yeah, that's how this
that's
whole
what I
thing
wanna
started.
know.
Do they
Yes.
prank each? Well, I'm sure they do, but I was
because
thinking,
that was such a big,
Right,
especially when I was
yeah.
14. Like when I was like first saw like actual porn, like that was like such a frequent thing with friends.
Yeah.
Well, not frequent, but it happened like a handful
I
of
feel
times.
like they probably do. They probably have their new thing. They grew up with the internet in a way that we
Exactly.
did not. So maybe
It
there's
was
less of
like
it,
a
'cause it was like
more-
a cool
yeah.
new discovery for it. Maybe that's like old hat for them to be like, oh well, like
Yeah.
we knew this at 2 that you could look up, blue waffle.
Exactly.
They were learning it really young.
I just don't want. I want to know what happened to good old fashioned pranking, like the fingers, or like the one where
That doesn't make sense to me. What about that is funny? Or
I don't get it either, but I
Or-
remember it.
I
I think that's the
remember that.
point. It just makes the person mad, whoever you're pranking.
Hey, look at this. Ha! That's what it feels like to me. Like you're
Yeah.
just doing any hand gesture.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Oh, when you're like you dropped something and then you look down, and then the person runs their finger like up your face and is like,
What?
Oh, yeah. No, it's something on your shirt. You've got something on your shirt. You look down.
Oh, that I
It
know
only
that, yeah.
happens to gay people.
Oh no,
Sorry
that
to
I've
say.
had that happen to me. They go,
No,
boop.
that's a
Yeah.
pretty common one.
Yeah, I've
Ooh,
had
here's
that.
a question. I was talking about this the other day.
I've never done that to another person because I'm better.
Yeah, you
I'm
are
better than
and
that.
you should say it.
Lucas, you dropped something.
I didn't. My
You're just like,
question.
I just wanted to do it.
So here's the thing. Nickelodeon and such channels, when we were growing up,
Yes.
were obsessed with wedgies.
Yes.
I have never heard of anyone actually giving someone a wedgie in my life. Do
I've
people
never
really
thought
do
about
that?
this.
Have they ever done that? Or is it just some sick thing that like Nick HQ thought of? Like, ooh, that would be so twisted if children were doing that to each other.
Yeah. I think it's maybe something that I think it was a prank that was done in the past, and so the showrunners, they did that when they were kids.
Yeah, maybe that's.
But it's
what
not
it
something
is.
that kids do now.
Yeah, maybe that would be my best guess because that is so weird and sick.
It is a weird
to
thing
do to someone.
It'd be so funny if the internet
I don't
made
want to touch someone
wedgies
else's underwear.
obsolete.
Yeah.
No.
For some reason, like we're saying, like the teens of today don't do wedgies because they have Tumblr. You know,
The
like
teens of today do
The
not
digital
have Tumblr.
wedgie. Yeah.
yeah, you could just do a wedgie digitally.
Cyberbullying is a digital wedgie.
I don't think wedgies. I always hoped for wedgies rather than like what actually.
You always hoped for wedgies?
Did you ever get pantsed?
No, but my pants once fell
No.
off.
But I feel like
Oh.
I've seen it happen, but I've never been pants myself.
Oh, I've been pantsed.
I feel like someone tried once, but
Didn't
do
work.
it.
Didn't work.
Didn't do it. They didn't pull hard enough.
You just got such a good.
That's
badonk.
always the problem, isn't it? They're not pulling hard
when they
enough.
don't pull hard enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like what actually happened with middle school bullying was just like mean commentary, and I would have just loved a good old fashioned wedgie instead. Because a wedgie doesn't say anything about your psyche.
That is
No, but it
true.
ruins your underwear.
I think we as a society have gotten snarkier, for sure.
Yes, it's true.
We've
Yeah.
definitely gotten a
We're
lot
snarky
snarkier.
now. Lucas, you were pantsed.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, how
Talk
did it
about
feel?
that.
It was. Oh, I was destroyed. I was wrecked. It didn't. My underwear stayed on.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
Underwear
that's what I
stayed
wanna know,
on,
because
so-
sometimes I hear that it doesn't stay on. That's why it's such a risk.
Yeah,
to do.
yeah.
You could
But
be indecent exposure to everyone.
Oh yeah,
I
absolutely.
feel like underwear isn't that bad. It's like a
I could have
swimsuit.
become a sex offender at 8 years old. Yeah.
But it wouldn't have been your fault. Would you have been the sex
It would have been
offender?
hilarious if they made it my fault.
Oh yeah, they were like, you go to jail. Also, I'm a cop, and I came.
And like,
I came.
That's the problem with cops today. They're always coming. They can't solve any crimes because they arrive at the crime scene and they're like, oh.
wait, have
It's
you seen?
ACAC. All cops are coming.
Oh my god.
ACAC.
Wait, have we seen what?
Have you seen videos of people with persistent genital arousal disorder?
Oh God.
They are
I've never heard of this.
so basically like I remember there was this one now a trans woman, I believe, but previously was presenting as a man. I think had like a lower spine injury. I think that's what happened. And then this individual could not stop coming every single day, multiple times a day.
Ooh, blessing or
Literally would be at a
curse?
funeral and would just be like, "Oh, not now." Like,
Wow.
but what's really interesting is that now this person has transitioned to a woman, and it's now less, not gone away, but less. I find this fascinating.
I've never heard of this in my life. I think you just had a wet dream about this idea, and you're making it up.
Call the police on me. Let's all come.
Call the police.
Yeah.
Let's all come.
Now I'll look into that after.
That was
'cause
what
I
Kylie
gotta find
Jenner
out.
did in that commercial.
Yeah.
Or what was it? What was her
with
name?
with the Pepsi or
Yeah, the Pepsi. What's her name? Not Kylie.
Kendall.
Kendall. Her.
Kendall. Her
Yes.
Pepsi brought all the cops to the yard.
I was gonna say
and they're like,
Caitlyn.
I'm coming.
Wait, there's something that I've thought about for a while. Isn't it insane? Like, imagine you were to bring back Robert Kardashian alive for just an hour, and you had to tell him that his name is being used to brand people who are not named Kardashian, like Kendall Jenner, Kylie Jenner, now Caitlyn
Would that
Jenner.
be his biggest complaint?
Yeah, would that be his biggest complaint?
Keep it in the family name.
Yeah.
Maybe he'd be proud of his kids. I don't know. I don't know what he.
But
what he's
I was
into.
just imagining like what it must have been like for Caitlyn, then Bruce, to be like on a show named after your ex's late husband.
I think that Robert Kardashian would be more like, wait, what's 9/11? What's coronavirus? Hold on.
I think
What's
those
a
would be-
Kanye?
Also,
the-
good.
the
You got
internet is-
remarried. Good for you. And
The
she
internet has
transitioned.
changed so much in a short time, and like technology. I think he'd be like shocked by all those things. It would be very sudden. Like,
He'd be like, "Who's Ryan Murphy? You made a show about me? Who's David Schwimmer?"
Oh, he would have known David Schwimmer at the time.
Oh yeah, he would have.
Yeah.
But maybe he didn't watch Friends.
Wait, when did he represent OJ? What year?
94, I think.
Yeah, that would have been first season of Friends.
Oh.
Would have been like, whoa, he looks bad.
when did he die?
I don't know. Late 90s, I'm guessing.
Maybe.
Jamie, can you pull it up?
Yeah. OJ, could you pull it up?
Oh,
OJ.
Imagine
OJ.
if our producer for the podcast was OJ.
guys,
He's
great
amongst
news.
the naked people over there.
Yes.
We
He's
hired a
watching.
new producer.
I, Anne Hathaway, have hired OJ as our producer.
Oh yeah, you're still Anne
I'm still
Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway.
That's when there's an Anne Hathaway,
I was
There's-
thinking that.
Yes.
there's an Anne Hathaway.
There's an Anne Hathaway OJ.
And Anne Hath OJ dream collab.
How do you feel, Aaron, that by the way, guess Aaron and I host a mic together whenever we mention Anne Hathaway Presents.
We should have said that at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Oh, who cares? Who needs it? Who needs it?
Who
Maybe you can
needs-
edit
who-
this in
yeah.
to the beginning.
Yeah, with a little noise like
Oh, just like a little bit of static. There's a pod. There's an open mic, and then it goes back to the beginning.
We are co-hosts of Anne Hathaway Present, and boy does she. Anne Hathaway Presents, plural.
Boy, do I.
boy do you. How do you feel our mic has gone since you last were on the podcast? Which I think was
Well, it's changed a lot, and
It became very popular. Let's
we
be
have
honest.
a bigger audience now. We've gone through like 3 different stages. Now we're temporarily back on Zoom.
Now
again.
it's in its hoe phase.
It's in its whole phase. Just letting anyone
it's
in.
just figuring stuff out.
Yeah.
You know, it's living,
As we
laughing,
all are.
and loving.
We started
Exactly.
a show of the mic.
Yes, we did.
So, well, semi-monthly show. It was monthly, but now we're with the situation being what it is.
Do you like being an open mic host?
Yeah. That's it.
Do you want to elaborate?
No.
I don't think
Oh.
he does. Enough said.
Enough said.
I like it. I think that I like it.
What do you not like about it?
I don't like that we have to turn down people.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Not because of their general demeanor, because we're so
Are you gonna say
popular.
not because of their gender? We have to turn down all the they thems, like
Yeah.
just for numbers' sake.
Yeah.
You're really saying a lot about the non-binary community. On
I
this
don't
day.
need to. It's just coming out.
They asked for it.
They them asked for it.
Yeah.
I love my
We love
non-binaries.
non-binary people.
The
We
NBs.
do the NBs.
Yes, of course.
The
Yes, of
NBs.
course.
We invite them.
Have you had a non-binary person on the pod?
Probably.
Have we? I don't know if we have.
We were
actually.
supposed to have
We
Maddie
were
on.
supposed to.
Aaron, stop this! You're trying to get me re-canceled, and it will not work.
Am I trying, or is it just happening?
Whoa. Very, very seriously though, we were gonna have a guest on who is non-binary, non-binary. Non-binary.
We were gonna have a guest. Their name was non-bottery.
Non-binary, non-botanist, and
And they were cis. They were
Yeah.
called non-botany or whatever, and they were cis.
but we couldn't have them on because of Omicron, and we are planning to get them on very, very soon.
Yeah, you'll love them.
And they're hilarious.
Yeah.
They're so good.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know.
It's not a
If you
secret.
know,
We don't
you
need to
know.
say it.
If you know, you know. Host of Are They You Know? Another mic.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was gonna say.
I love that we're sending the listeners on a little bit of a treasure hunt right now.
Yeah, we are. Like, who? Hey, listeners, who are our friends in the niche
They have
comedy
hair
community?
that might be red.
It's Ron Weasley.
Ron Weasley is non-binary and is
Yeah.
a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Non-binary comedian. Ron Weasley.
Ron Weasley, not the actor. The character Ron Weasley is really repping for non-binary people in comedy.
Oh, I didn't even mean the character. It's just another person named Ron Weasley. Total to understandable misconception.
Ron Weasley has like a side shave.
Yeah, it's a different Ron Weasley from Bushwick.
Yeah.
Ron Weasley.
everyone is from freaking Bushwick.
I know.
I saw a tweet the other day and it was like,
It's the epicenter.
All of you freaking live in Bushwick? Every comment is like, this looks like someone who lives in Bushwick. And it's kind of true. Like everything on Twitter. It's like, this is someone
The stereotypes are not wrong.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah. Oh, something I wanted to remind you too.
Oh.
So I went to South Africa for a little while for the holidays, and in our Airbnb, we saw a sign.
I'm sorry, no phones in class.
We saw a sign that said no phones in class. But underneath it, it said, life does not have to be perfect to be wonderful.
Okay.
And do you ever you look at something and at first you're like,
I'm coming.
yeah, at first you're like, well, I'm wet. And then it just builds and builds, and then you're suddenly coming, and then you're sobbing, and then you're
Every day.
crying cum.
Have you guys cried after you came?
Never.
Yeah, I guess I don't relate. I don't understand that.
You've cried after you come?
No, I haven't. And
Then why bring it up?
listeners,
Sounds
if
like
you're
you have.
listening- No, I haven't.
Yo, listeners, do you cry when you come?
And if so, why? Like, what is the thought process? Like, is it a sense of shame, Catholic guilt? Is it something only Catholics do?
Yeah, I cried after I had sex with the Pope.
Have you
Because it
ever
was so good.
Oh.
Have I cried when
Have you ever actually cried after coming?
Not like directly. Wasn't like a direct line.
But like 15 minutes later.
Yeah, about something unrelated.
Okay,
Oh.
something unrelated. I don't understand the like I don't get that.
It depends.
no.
That is what it is, right?
There's
it's like immediately. No, I don't
I
know.
wouldn't
I haven't
know. I don't know.
experienced
I'm like-
this. I
I'm
need
trying to
interview-
think.
I need to interview someone who's done this. That's why the listeners need to tell
We'll
us.
put out a memo. Hey, listeners, we don't know who you are, but if you've cried right after coming,
Cite your sources, MLA style.
Yeah.
we need
We
a
need the names, dates,
Yeah.
locations.
academic paper out of you.
Affidavits. Yeah.
Affidavit, multiple affidavits.
Get it notarized.
Yeah, get it notarized.
Mail it
Go
to
to a
the billing
notary.
office and then mail it back.
Can I say something that I just remembered? I remember there was a girl I went to high school with who she told me that she broke up with this dude and he was like really distraught about it. And this dude texted her a picture of a piece of paper with like a stream of something wet just streaming down it, and then it said, "This is my tear."
Wow. Powerful. Moving.
And she just lost it laughing and then sent it to everyone she knew. It was the funniest fucking thing. Just being like, it's so emo.
That is really emo.
I gotta start sending out my tears.
This is my tear. Just
Would that get you?
Would that make me cry?
Yeah.
Witnessing that?
Or
That
being
get
the
you off?
recipient of it?
Oh, I would laugh so. No, I would feel a little afraid just thinking, okay, I was with someone who thought it's appropriate or normal to send this to me. I would first think, okay, that's weird. Then I would send it to everyone I knew.
Okay, taking back my letter. Got it.
Wait, do I get mine?
No.
Yeah, you can have
Moving
yours.
on. Back,
What are we moving on to?
No. I was doing it for a bit. What actually would be your response if someone were to send you such a picture and caption?
It's probably just be like, "Are you okay?" I mean,
You're
honestly,
too compassionate.
You're too nice.
This
You're
is
too
the
nice.
problem with people like you.
Yeah.
You're too kind. This
Yeah.
is the problem. There needs to be more cruelty in our world.
Well, I am who I am.
Aaron, what do you think is your biggest character flaw?
My biggest character flaw? Being too perfect.
Yeah.
That's what I say in interview. No.
Could you
no,
imagine?
I mean, I have a lot of shame.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm embarrassed about everything.
Oh my god, that's so embarrassing.
What was the last thing you were embarrassed about?
I don't know, because I really haven't like interacted with anyone other than my partner in like a month for the most part. So I don't know.
Guys,
probably
Aaron
like a
is
tweet
married.
that bombed. Honestly,
Yeah.
probably a tweet that bombed and that I deleted. I assume that's probably
What was the tweet?
Wait a second. Is Aaron is our only married guest?
Whoa! Well, we had Charlotte on a while back, and she recently got married, but she wasn't married at
she
the
got
time.
married, but but you are the first person on our podcast who is married
Yeah.
It is what it is.
while recording. Married.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
How does it feel?
Yeah, that's
yeah, it feels
vile.
disgusting. It feels wrong. It feels sick.
I don't agree.
They said this would happen. The gays would get married, and all of a sudden they'd be on a podcast.
Yeah, that's what they said would happen, and I feel bad.
The gay marriage to podcast pipeline.
Yeah, I feel bad for following that pipeline. I'm a stereotype, and I should be ashamed. That's one of the many things that I'm ashamed of.
Ashamed of. What
Not
else are you
being married,
ashamed
but
of?
being married and then going on a podcast because I'm following the
What are you
stereotype.
most ashamed about, Aaron?
About Aaron? Whew, what a question.
Gabby and I are gonna roast each other next week. We're
Yes.
doing a roast, so maybe this is like a sneak peek into what.
So maybe we don't answer and we leave it all on the floor.
Yeah, Aaron and I are doing a roast of each other at, what is it, Grove 34?
Yeah, Grove 34.
Grove 34 in Astoria. If you live in New York, come watch Aaron and I decimate each other, murder each other. What am I most ashamed about of Aaron? That he's I hate having, it's the same issue I have with Lukas. I hate having a co-host in a creative endeavor that's sexier than me. Truly one of the worst.
Aaron, we have too much privilege.
Yeah, well, thank God I have
Gabby
that
has
great
a family, but
I have that
like
great
we have
alive
the
family.
real privilege
Yeah.
that counts.
Yeah.
Gotta have something wrong with you.
Exactly.
And for me, it's I'll never be as hot as you two.
And for us, it's dead parents.
Oh yeah, we'll never be whole again.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo! It's too bad. I'll never be as sexy as Aaron's mom or Lucas's dad.
My mom's so hot right now in her grave. The skin deteriorating. Oh my god. Really, it makes you think. It really gets you going.
Yeah, my dad's ashes looked so hot. Yeah. Oh.
Well, they were hot. They were on
They
fire.
were until they. Yeah.
They
You
went in
said,
the
"Oh, my dad is
water."
on fire right now." Yes, turn it out, Dad.
Yes, hunting!
Fire!
Yes,
We're
on
king!
fire! Yes,
Wait!
queen!
You're on fire!
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Well, I'm
My mom's
sorry
a
that
I
I
swear
am.
to God, if my mom sees this.
Sack of bones right now. My mom never been hot, never been skinnier.
What a diet.
What
Death?
a diet.
Guys, if you want to be thin, die.
Die. Oh my god, your corpse will be so snatched.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I was crying at the funeral, but it wasn't out of like sadness. It was like, oh, she's so skinny. Oh my god, mom, you're so skinny.
my
Yes, queen. Bringing tears to my eyes.
Is she buried or was she cremated?
No, she's buried. I don't think Jews, do we cremate? I
No,
don't
we
think
don't
do.
cremate.
It's-
My
we're not
dad did.
supposed to do that. Oh, right, your dad was Jewish.
Yeah. Well, not anymore. You can't be Jewish when you die. It's very hard to be
Yeah,
active.
you take it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take back your Jew
Yeah.
card.
Backsies.
Backsies. The other day I ate a ham sandwich, and by the other day I mean on Passover.
Did it have cheese in it?
Whoa.
Yes, it actually did.
Ooh.
Oh
That
my
makes it
god, double.
worse.
I am
Double.
erect.
I thought about it and I was like,
Naughty
isn't it
too.
amazing that I'm like technically still Jewish? Like I'm doing everything wrong.
You're such a bad little Jew.
And yet they're like not revoking my card, you know? Like there's no accountability.
We all have that Jewish heritage, but
But go
I
on.
was
Finish
gonna
the
call
thought.
you, like, I was mixing up the words Jewish and Lukas, and I was gonna call you like Julius or something.
Julius Arnold.
First it was Lulis Arnold
Lulis
on
Arnold.
a Zoom open mic, and now it's
Lulis
Julius.
Arnold.
Julius Arnold.
Orange Julius Arnold.
Were you raised like religiously?
Were you
No.
raised Julius?
Yeah, because it was on the dad's side, which is like the wrong side apparently.
Yes. Everything about me is wrong. I'm just a naughty little halfie.
Yeah.
was
Um,
your ooh. Yeah, you have to be pure blooded.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
but I was not raised. I was not raised religious. I will say no. When I was 4, I remember my parents took me to a temple for a service. I guess they were just like trying it out, and then they were like, "Yeah, we don't like this," and then they
Because
left.
anti-Semitic,
Exactly.
including your Jewish dad.
They were like,
Exactly.
too many comedians around here.
Well, I was
Spoiling
I'm
the
about to say
broth.
it's kind of funny that like we all have that Jewish heritage, and we sort of became a stereotype in a way, in that we're all comedians.
I will, yeah, but it is actually interesting though. Like every time that I've talked about like having Jewish heritage and stuff on like TikTok or whatever, people will be like, "Oh, which side is it? If it's your dad's side, it doesn't count. You're not really."
Well, I kind of did just do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm recognizing it's part of your heritage. I'm just saying that like you usually won't be raised that way unless it's the mama.
Was it your mama?
It was my mama. I'm a Happy as well.
So your dad is not Jewish?
No.
I have a secret. I'm also Happy. My dad's not Jewish.
Oh,
But we were raised Jewish is the thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Same. I was raised Jewish.
Wait, did your dad convert and do all the studying and everything?
he most certainly did not.
Oh,
He did none of those
there's
things.
still time.
Yeah, there's still. I'm gonna force it on. He's Buddhist now.
Okay.
He got a here's something cancelable about me if listeners want to know. My dad has a tattoo in Sanskrit.
What
Where?
does it say?
It says I fall, I rise, I rise.
Please say it's on his dick.
I rise.
Please say it's on his dick.
I fall, I rise, I come, I go.
It says I fall, I rise, I
I
come.
live
There's
too
a little arrow that points down to his dick. It's true. And then underneath it says it's a quote attributed to the Buddha. Look it up.
The Buddha was fucking erotic.
Remember when I said Aristotle wrote poems?
Yes.
Did he?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Wasn't he a
Can you imagine him as a
philosopher?
slam
Wasn't he a
poet?
philosopher?
He was a philosopher, which I feel like at the beginning of time feels like a really early
Imagine filing your taxes as a philosopher.
It
The
feels like a
beginnings
really
of
easy
stand-up
job.
Comedy.
It's like a really easy,
Philosophy
like you could just say anything and people would be like, well, you're saying something. I've never heard anything. So
Yeah. You could just be like,
I've
this
never heard
sucks. And be like,
yeah,
Yo, this fucking sucks.
human condition's weird. People would just pay you to say that.
Human condition is fucking cringe. Just
Cringe, Chugi.
Aristotle was always saying stuff was chuggy. It was like actually first attributed to him. And then people started saying it about the minions. And it's like, okay, know your ancestors.
Ooh, she's not going to hear this. My sister loves the Minions. My sister is Chugi in every way.
How old is your sister?
She's my twin.
Oh, she's your twin, right?
Yeah. She loves SpongeBob. She loves Minions. She loves Christmassy things.
You're
Is she
describing
just
things
a
I
child? Just a
I
fucking
am kind of
child?
describing a child.
You're a little bit.
I don't think she's going to hear this, but yeah.
I
You're
love
a fucking child.
I love the Minions. I used to have
She
Minions
loves
underwear.
Charlie.
I've never seen the Minions movies or any of Despicable
seen
Me.
I mean, they're not very good.
I think I saw Despicable Me. I don't think I've seen there are Minions movies, right?
Yeah,
don't
there
think
is
I've seen
a
them.
Minions movie.
Yeah, I've seen Despicable Me.
What'd you think?
I thought it was despicable. What they were doing wrong. In every
And that
way.
opinion was from me.
Oh, you guys are one in a minion.
Oh.
Oh, Aaron just left.
Aaron's leaving.
Aaron's leaving. Goodbye.
Before you leave, I think we should go to listener submission.
Oh my God, has it
I'm
already
sorry I
been
looked
an
at
hour?
my phone earlier. I was just wondering, when do you do this? I wasn't trying to be rude.
Okay, we've got a good one.
All right.
Lucas, you should read this
All
one.
right,
It's
I will
really
do this
insane.
one. All right, so this is kind of a family conspiration theory, not a conspiracy, conspiration. Conspiration theory. All right. This is kind of a family conspiration theory.
Okay.
About 20 years ago, my granddad painted a picture of the New York skyline with the Twin Towers, and for some reason, he painted the Hudson River red. He gave the painting to my parents, and they hung it on a wall in their apartment, and next to it was a lamp, which looked like an airplane, and so it looked like the airplane lamp was flying towards the painting. When my parents moved out of that apartment, the landlord organized an open viewing of the apartment for new renters. And now my granddad kind of thinks that one of the terrorists saw that painting airplane arrangement
No.
and came up with the
No.
idea for the attack.
No.
I
Go
think
for
that
it.
definitely happened.
I think that's
All
just
of
a
this happened before
conspiration
9/11 though. Yeah,
theory. I think
it would
that's
be
a conspiration
Yeah,
theory.
I think the theory would fall through if it happened after 9/11. I don't think you need
Yeah,
to say that.
If it was after 9/11, like, guys, hey terrorists, I have this crazy idea. What if we flew a plane into a tower?
That's been done.
It's been done. It's unoriginal. You're a hack.
Wait, so the idea is
okay. The idea.
they saw this painting and were like, "Ooh, I gotta write that down." That's the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At an open house viewing, like
No.
at an open viewing of the apartment for new renters.
It is kind of a wacky idea to fly a plane into a tower.
I don't know. Okay, tell me what you think about this.
Kooky.
There was this terrorist, and they were
I
like,
think terrorists would be homeowners and not renters.
Ooh, that's the most compelling
Yeah,
argument
I
I've heard.
think- I guess that tracks. I just have a hard time believing, like, the people who
Believing
plan
women?
this. I have a hard time believing women. Sorry. No, I just have a hard time believing that one of the people who planned this, like, got a flight to New York thinking, like, I need to find some fresh terrorism ideas. What hasn't been done before?
I'm not
And
inspired.
I'm not inspired.
not-
And then saw this art and was like, that's
I
it.
need to add a little
That's
zhuzh.
it. The
to my-
spark went off. The light bulb moment. It was their aha moment, as Oprah would say. They were like, I'm having an aha moment. I need to take a plane. I need to do 9/11. And I need to do it on 9/11. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, a writer. What do you call your writer inner?
Listeners.
No, the people who wrote, the person who wrote that. How would you refer?
Just a listener, yeah, someone. Who
Listener,
listens to
I'm
the-
sorry, listener. I don't think that's what happened. But I guess it's kind of a coincidence that, I don't know, the painting looked like that. But I don't think someone got inspiration. I'm sorry. To tell you the truth.
What are you saying, that you think the painting was bad? That it's not inspiring enough?
I'm sorry. If your painting isn't, like, it has to cross a certain threshold before it can inspire terrorism. If your
It needs to
painting
get
is
to the
not
Guggenheim.
inspiring terrorism, it's not good enough. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, I wasn't going to say that, but you made the truth come out, Lukas.
So yeah, but I don't know. So like this painting is like The Catcher in the Rye, but for 9/11.
Yes.
It also makes it sound like 9/11 was just on a whim, as opposed to very well orchestrated.
This feels so me to do right now.
I'm just gonna go for it.
You know what?
Life does not have to be perfect to be wonderful.
You know what would be so random?
Well,
It'd be so random if we just, like, hijacked a plane. You know the rest.
that'd be so me, honestly.
That would be so me.
One last thing I have on this. There is a photo of me, like, 10 days before 9/11 happened.
Okay.
It's me and my mom in the, like, one of the original Twin Towers.
Okay.
And they used to do, like, when you came to visit the Twin Towers, they had, like, a backdrop that, like, had the Twin Towers in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time of the photo, I think I was, like, 7. So also pretty crazy. We were in the building, like, 10 days before shit went down. But at the time I was, like, 10 or something. Or I was younger, actually. I was, like, in 2nd grade when that happened. So I was, like, 7. And I didn't know how to smile yet. So the photo kind of makes it look like I knew. Because I'm kind of
didn't know how to smile yet?
like, for a photo, like, I knew how to
Oh.
No, I look totally emo in all my pictures of that age because that's
Just
what,
like
I was
just
kinda
looking
going
at
for
the
that.
camera, just like
I'm like
a Victorian child ghost, just like
I met you and someone was like, "You just met Gabby? She's been dead for 12 years." That was the vibe you were giving.
I like glower down the camera. My mom's next to me, like, beaming, and then there's the Twin Towers in the background.
You're
so
saying your mom was happy about it. She knew it was going to happen, but she was beaming. She was ear to ear smiling about that. What
Oh my
was about to
God.
happen.
that is what I'm saying. I was like, Mom, stop smiling. They'll know. But she could not keep it to herself. It was after she went to that apartment listing and saw that painting.
Yeah, your mom was inspired by.
what if your parents live in that apartment now? And they just pull out this painting and they said, girls, we need to explain something to you.
Ah! Makes you think that you can say anything on a podcast.
Makes you think.
Yeah.
My brain muscles.
They
are
really
going
just
off
let
right now.
anyone do a podcast these days.
They really
Oh my
do.
God. Do you know about this, Aaron?
I do know.
The comment we
I
got?
caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're caught up.
All right.
Okay. Hey, y'all. I just wanted to send an update regarding a message I sent about 10 to 11 months ago. It was on episode 21. We
Wow.
don't condone murder. It was about how I've always seen myself as someone who's supposed to be fat. In the time since sending that message, I've gained about 9 to 10 pounds. For context on my starting weight, I'm 5'6", and I was 120 pounds. So I was a small guy, still am. But now I'm 129 pounds. For someone who has a lot of trouble putting on weight, this is an achievement. Also, I think it was easier near the end to express my desire to gain weight more because I'm in college and I just finished my first semester. So there's more freedom there, but ironically, since I have to walk around so much on campus and I'm generally a busy person, it's difficult to gain weight there. Most of my progress came in the months before college where I'm pretty sedentary. But anyway, I haven't hit the point where my weight gain is noticeable though, and frankly, that time both excites me as it is how I've always thought of myself, and it terrifies me. When that day does come, how do I deal with judgment from family and the quote-unquote health concerns from my mom, who is vehemently fat-phobic and doesn't realize there is a way to be healthy at a heavier weight? How do I keep pushing toward my goal despite all of that?
Well,
it's a tough one.
This is really...
Lucas's brain is working
I mean,
so hard
I
right
would...
now.
I don't know if this is even necessarily something you have to bring up with your parents. I think this is just something to like talk about very much with your doctor about like what you want your body to be in order for you to be happy, but also still being healthy. Like that's just a discussion between you and your doctor.
Yeah.
That's really all I can say.
And parents love to project their ideas about what weight should be onto their children because they are extensions of themselves.
Fuck the haters. The haters in this sense being your
Fuck
family.
the haters, be the waiters.
Fuck your family.
Fuck your family. That's right.
Exactly. Do it nicely. And with
and softly.
Fuck your family, but enjoy it.
Do it tenderly. Fuck your family tenderly.
Yeah, I mean that's difficult having like judgmental parents, but I wish you luck.
Yeah. I will say I actually also recently put on some weight because because back in like October, November, I lost a lot of weight due to anxiety, and when I'm stressed, I can't eat, and it turned into a cycle where I wouldn't eat, and then I wouldn't have the energy just to eat, and it was just like a self-perpetuating thing, and I was like, I actually got like fairly gaunt. Like even like Lee Land, she was like, "Oh, Lukas, you like looked really." She was like, "You looked worse." She was like the bones in my face were apparently more prominent, and so since then I put on 10 pounds, and I'm very happy about that.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah. So yeah.
And now you're ripped.
And now I'm gonna be the fat queen that I am.
Lay down the hammer, baby.
I will. And all right, let's do. I have nothing to add. Okay, this is no.
This is my favorite greeting. That's why I sent it in.
Hi, Lukas and co-host.
Oh God. Oh.
Wow.
You know, that's actually my Jewish name. Co-host. It's pronounced co-host.
Co-host?
Oh my God.
Lukas
to be so like it is what it is about it.
Oh my God.
What do I care? He's famous. I don't care.
Oh my
I have a
God.
burner Twitter account with 12 followers, and that's what I like and what is exciting. There's another submission in here that like makes it all a lot better. You'll see.
Does it say Lukas and other? Like, is that what the other
Hello,
one says?
Lukas and redacted.
Lucas and just a thing in the shape of a woman next to.
Barely.
Lukas and quote unquote woman orb.
Woman orb. That's your Jewish name.
Lukas and
orb.
mammal. Like
mammal.
I love to be a mammal. No, it's the one about the child who thinks I'm hot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you told me about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
What's
Let's
the?
just say that one. Okay. That submission says, Gabby, I think you're really hot. I'm a 13-year-old lesbian and felt like I needed to say that.
Thank you. But are you talking about co-host? Because that's my real name.
That's preferred name.
Preferred name.
What did this other person write in? Was that
Gabby
it?
is your
That
dead.
was it.
Gabby is your
She
dead
was just
name.
telling me
It
I'm
just
hot, which is
said-
very nice of her.
It just said no. The other one was it just Lucas and co-host?
That would
End
be
of
so
message?
funny. It's just coming in with the bird. No, it's something that we're going to give advice on.
Yeah, okay, here it is. Hi, Lukas and co-host. My dad sucks. He is a Trump supporter and says some pretty terribly offensive stuff. He will say some things that are racist, homophobic, anti-Semitic, sexist, anti-mask, anti-COVID vaccine, and more. It gets worse the more he drinks. This is terrible. However, no one can tell when he's being serious or just yanking our chain. Like, it's so absurd. He'll be super supporting to LGBTQ plus people one day and then say that woman and trans people don't deserve rights the next. Anyways, any tips on how to make fun of him? If you need inspiration, he's bald, divorced, hasn't been there for me during my childhood, and owns a van.
It sounds like he's trying to be like an edgelord.
Yeah.
Like, saying things because he wants you to react and then be like, people are so sensitive.
Yeah.
That's not a roast, but like that sounds like who
he sounds
is.
like he's flip-flopping. Is he Mitt Romney?
Okay, Baldy Gervais.
Mitt Romney flip-flops. And we
You've
would
been
know
preparing for roast jokes too long. You're coming up with rebuttals left, right, and center.
Yeah.
So jokes about him, I don't know if like him being bald is enough.
What I want you to do is get like a little recording device and record him being like super pro LGBTQ plus, and then just like play that message when he says something anti.
Nice and sassy.
Here, I've got a roast joke. Your dad changes his views on trans people so much that he co-wrote Harry Potter.
Whoa.
I got one. Go to your dad and say, "You're bald."
That's good.
You own a van. You don't even drive it. You just own a van.
My
it
dad
doesn't say he has a van. It just says owns a van. Doesn't say drive a van. Just says owns a van.
Yeah, my
You're
dad.
gonna die soon.
Than you think. Wow.
That sounds like. That sounded like a threat.
Yeah, a little bit. You think?
My dad owns a van so he can
die.
Old, bald van. What else? What other details?
Hasn't been there for me during
my childhood.
Yeah. You're old. You're bald. You have a van, and you haven't been there for me in my childhood.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Z formation.
Z formation.
He owns a van so that he can drive away. No, he owns a van. He didn't used to own one. He used to share one with my mom, but then they divorced. That's a good joke.
You can address him like this. Hi, old.
Okay, let's end with this one.
one.
Absolutely none of
I am
those
a
were jokes.
36-year-old woman. I am happily married. I have a 1-year-old daughter, and I am writing because I feel this podcast needs representation from an older audience. Yes!
Yes.
Thank you.
I don't really have any... Not that we don't love our young listeners. We do. But this is nice. I don't really have any drama happening right now. I guess the only drama is that the nursery in London where I live is £2,000 pounds per month. Ouch. I am listening to your podcast to know what cool kids in New York are up to these days. So thank you for teaching me what chuggy is. Very useful. It won't know.
I don't think any of us would know the answer to that question.
What
to
is
chuggy? Or
No, what cool kids are doing in New York.
What is a nursery? They don't mean like for babies, do they?
I know. I think like a nursery, like think of like Peter Pan, like, oh, Peter Pan flew into the nursery. It's like the kids' room.
Kids' rooms cost
I guess
$2,000?
Is that the
does
nursery?
Does she mean like rent?
No. She doesn't live there. Oh no, I'm sorry. No. So
she has a 1-year-old kid. I get to leave.
So the nursery
Oh.
that's in London, and she's saying in London where I live, but she doesn't live in the nursery. No, the nursery is where she takes her kid.
I love that we have our first like adult listener, and they're just coming in like, shit's expensive.
Yeah.
Life's hard.
Yeah, it's expensive to have a kid.
It is.
Just a listener coming in with the realities of being old.
So it's essentially daycare that's £2,000 a month.
Yeah, that's
Holy
a lot
shit.
of money.
Yeah.
That sounds like a scheme. That sounds like
Your babies are in a pyramid scheme.
Aaron, has your self-perception
MLM.
changed since...
Wait, we didn't really answer her question.
Oh, her question
What are
was...
the cool kids doing in New York?
they're vaping and
Yeah, I guess so.
and they're what else
They're
are they
being
doing?
gay.
Self-reflecting.
They're being gay,
Going on walks.
They're self-reflecting. They have depression. They're watching Euphoria.
They're watching. Oh my god.
I have never seen that.
Me neither. I've seen like part of one episode, and I was like, "This is not what my high school experience was," and I stopped.
This is not what I approve of.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was
being
my high school
sinful.
experience, but I like wasn't invited to
You get on
anything
the
that
straight
they
and
did.
narrow, Zendaya.
I like wasn't. It's the privilege again. Like I wasn't on enough drugs to be involved in like what they were doing.
But you were on some still.
I was just.
A moderate amount.
I was recreationally taking marijuana and watching the movie Killer Clowns from
Taking
Outer Space with
marijuana?
friends. Yes.
Yeah. When you're a cool kid in New York, you take marijuana.
I was smoking and alcohol.
Hello, could I take some of your marijuana, please? I'll have one. Gabby as a teen.
I think if Zendaya from that show met me, she would shove me in a locker, and then I would be the reason that she overdosed because I was pretty annoying. But
Ooh.
that's why I don't watch the show. I also post. What?
You said I was pretty annoying.
Well, contrary to popular belief, I'm not annoying now.
Listeners, let us know what you think.
Ooh,
Let
don't
us know
let
in the
us
comments.
know in the comments.
Yeah.
Listeners, cyberbully. I encourage it.
Cyberbully our guest because he's never coming back.
No, I'm curious to know what mean things people would have to say about me.
I roast us. Yeah, give it. How would you guys roast us? I would love to know that.
Yeah.
I feel like they already are from what you guys have told me sometimes.
There's only a few.
They'll let anyone have a podcast.
Well, they will.
Yay. The overseers will let anyone have a podcast.
Yeah.
Claire Alexander wrote back to me when I posted about that it's one all-knowing non-binary person who lets everyone have
As
a
it should
podcast
be.
as it should be,
Yeah.
as God intended. I was gonna say I posted about
The gay pipeline to podcast.
to podcast
Yes,
pipeline.
exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
the queer to
Yeah.
podcast pipeline.
Yeah.
But I posted about Euphoria today, and I said that I think that, they don't have it so bad because at the end of the day, like those kids, their college essays do write themselves.
Yeah. My college essay was about...
I don't understand that.
As in, they can just mine their drug addiction tragedies.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
And they're all going to be at Harvard season 4.
Season 4 of Harvard? Is that what you said?
I didn't even register that until you said it. I
On
was
Euphoria, they're all going to be at Harvard.
Oh, in season 4.
but they're not going to rename
I
the
love-
show Harvard.
Yes, they are going to rename it Harvard. It's going to be about how they all got their
I'm
lives
going
together.
to Harvard next year. I'm going to be on season 4 of Harvard.
Oh my god.
All right.
Has
So,
my perception changed?
Has your self-perception changed at all?
Has your
Do you
perception
remember
of
what I
us
said
changed?
last time? I did listen back to it. I feel like I didn't give an answer because I was like, I don't like to talk about the perception of myself because I think still to this day I'm like, I don't know what my perception is. I think I gave a little hot and cold last time, and I felt like if I gave an answer that wasn't like, I suck, people would be like, oh, you think so highly of yourself. My views have changed through like therapy, but I don't know. I'm still unsure. I think there is still sort of like up and downs. I hope funny. I'm going to listen back to this and be like, Aaron, you're so like this movement.
What movement is that?
That's what I just did.
Yeah.
Just a little shimmy?
You're so
I'm
like,
so shimmy.
you show like, this is
Okay.
my self-perception.
Okay.
Definitely watch this on video. 'Cause
Yeah.
on audio, it's not going to make any sense.
Actually don't watch that. I'm embarrassed.
Can I give my perception of Aaron?
Your renewed perception, yeah.
My new renewed perception is a lot of
Oh my god, I didn't have the words for it, but you just gave me.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I mean I don't know. Like I think
That was
I'm like
awful for the listeners, not the viewer.
I do think
I just like flailed my hands about. I apologize.
I do think I'm like generally
It's as if it's not an audio medium, which I
Yeah.
do love.
No, I am thinking about the video right now because the camera's like in my face. I'm breaking that fourth wall. My hand is reaching through.
You know how I think of Aaron? It's a little bit like...
Yeah, but add sound.
Okay, Gabby is putting her foot over her head. She's reaching. She's almost there. She's so close. Oh, she's doing it. She's doing it. She's doing it. Oh, you almost
So that's how
nailed
I
it.
think of you.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
No, I do.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, of course. It's very vulnerable of me.
To really answer though,
Hmm?
but, those are all valid answers and they are true.
I want you to fakely.
But I guess
answer.
like kind and nice, which is what you said last time, and you were like saying how I was like thoughtful earlier. Like that is something I do like strive for, and something that's important to me, and sometimes funny.
Yeah.
I'm very self-deprecating, as you can tell, but I'm
And
working
I love
on
that
it.
about you.
I'm working on it. Okay.
In the time getting to know you better, I've realized how unbelievably neurotic you truly are. But that's a good
neurotic.
thing.
And maybe people perceive that about me, and maybe they don't. But internally, that is what's going on.
It's a good thing though, because it in a producing
it's a person of
partnership,
all quality.
it also does help me like in our working partnership, like catch things that like I wouldn't think of at all. You even think about the commas in like an Instagram post, which like honestly is helpful. Like
yeah, I
like,
guess sometimes detail oriented, depending on what it is.
you are detail oriented.
I miss things too, but I
Not
guess
my
when it comes-
clit.
Oh, I could never miss that. It's too
You found it.
huge. It's too big. I would
think that's a
see
foot?
it from a mile away.
Is that a foot, or are you just happy to see me?
Is that a foot, or is that your enlarged clitoris?
When they named the clitoris, what were they thinking?
I think that sounds exactly right. I think
I
everything
think
is as it
I think
should
it
be.
looks exactly the way it's named.
Yeah, or like a Clint.
Clint Eastwood.
Sounds like a good clitoris name. if
Clint
you ask me.
Eastwood. Yeah.
That'd be a good drag name,
That would
Clint
be-
Eastwood.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood.
That would
Clint
be my
Eastwood. I actually feel like that has been taken. To be honest, I feel like I've heard Clint Eastwood before.
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, it's too obvious.
Yeah, it's a good one though. There's this drag queen that I knew. I don't know if she still does drag. I feel like she might, but she worked in the Astoria area, not Astoria, sorry, Allentown area where I went to college, and her name was Miss Carriage.
Oh yeah. You told me
First
about
name
her.
was Abortia.
Abortia
Shout out to
Miscarriage.
Abortia Carriage.
Miss Abortia Carriage.
And she either went by Miscarriage or like Abortia.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so you can tell. I feel like you can imagine what kind of drag she did. 8 long pubes. That was a number that she did. Like pubes
8
dragging on
long
the floor.
pubes?
She was a puppeteer. She had puppets in her home that she made. The house
my
was just
God.
full of puppets that she made. So
thought you
very,
meant puppets in
very
her
unique
pubes.
artist.
This is I'm so lost.
I feel like the listener is gonna find it right now, but I don't know if she still performs or not.
What kind of drag would you do, Lucas?
What kind of drag would I do?
Would you
Ooh,
put puppets in your pubes?
I would.
Well, that's not what she did.
Not yet.
Oh,
She just had a number where she like revealed, like, rolling out like a scroll of like pubic hair.
I would make fake eyelashes out of my pubes.
Oh, I love that.
You're not doing that already?
Oh no,
Get
this,
with the times, Lucas.
this is all natural. How dare you?
Oh. Well, it is natural. It came from your pubes.
Yeah, but I also have pubes on my eyes naturally.
You know what they say? The eyes are the sexual organs of the
The
face.
eyes are the pubes of the soul.
Yeah.
I always rub my eyes to
The
get
eyes
off.
are the pubes of the soul, of the face.
Yeah.
of
You know
the
what? I didn't
penis.
look up porn. I looked up eyes. And boy, did I like what I see.
Lucas, what do you think of me?
What do I think?
Uh-huh.
I think he really wants to know, too.
That was so aggressive for some reason.
What do you think of me?
I think you're a darling person. I
Okay.
think that I feel a warmth when I see you. I feel my heart swell with cum when I
I just bring the cum out of you.
Yeah, exactly.
I extract it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Through water bending.
Very Avatar.
Yeah, exactly. No, but yeah, you're just a lovely person. I like being around you. You're always someone I'm glad to see. And that's it. It's always
Good.
yes, you are a personality I am always attracted to and always want to spend time with
Great.
when I see you.
Thank
What do you think of
Lucas.
us?
What do you think of us?
What do I think of you? I don't think of you, frankly.
Okay, Don Draper.
That was a line from somewhere.
It
Who
was a
said
line
that?
from Mad Men.
It was?
Yeah, there.
I feel like someone else did it first.
maybe, but there's
Jesus.
yeah, Jesus.
Jesus said,
I don't think of
don't
you."
think of you.
Jesus said that to us.
That's
He
like
was
a
like,
real-
I don't think of two Nosy Meerkats.
Yeah, no.
It's like a real Housewives tagline. Jesus is real Housewives tagline. Nah, you'd probably do something religion oriented. But you're both. Yeah, I mean, I guess same thing Lukas said to me. I would say to you guys, and I love a good banter. So you are both fun to banter with. If I can't banter with someone, well, I mean, I still like them, but it's like a different relationship, you know.
Do you have any friends you can't banter with?
I have friends who are like better at it than others.
Better with the bant?
Better with a bant.
This is a hate crime.
This is hateful.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to, like, I guess, work on being earnest because I don't like to be. I feel uncomfortable right now talking about these things in this way that we're doing.
And isn't it so beautiful that we're doing it in person so you can't even hide behind a screen?
Yeah. And we're doing it in person so we can, you know, we can have sex after this.
Exactly.
Well, that was what we did on Zoom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And your massive clit just fucking us both in the
It's hitting my face. Ow! Oh! Like a punching bag. Oh! Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm sure that's a porn search you can do. Clit hitting person in the face.
Oh, easily.
Clit punch. Hit him with a clit punch. They won't see you coming.
Can't find the clit? Let me punch you with it.
Oh my god. I just had the image.
Oh my god.
The next time an assailant was like, oh, I want to take your money. Like, you're in front of them, right? This is the assailant. This is you. It goes like...
I think that's
like a chameleon's tongue?
Yeah. Like a chameleon. Pops out. Oh! They'll never see it coming. There's a lot of body horror today. If you remember what you started recording on. I don't know if they caught it or not. I hope not. But we started on a very interesting note.
Mush.
This is the episode I least want my mother to listen to.
You guys have gone there before.
Oh,
in other
little.
episodes.
Way worse.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you've gone there.
also not worse.
This is the worst episode ever, is what you're saying? This is the worst thing you've ever done.
Is this why this is the last year of our podcast?
We went
end of the world.
We covered clit punching and
Yeah, let's recap.
and the origin story of 9/11.
Clit punching, 9/11, mason jar butt.
Me becoming Oprah.
Traffic
You
cones.
becoming Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Gail engulfing Oprah.
Yeah, can you explain that part again?
Enveloping.
Yeah.
I mean, it speaks for itself.
I think Gail's attractive.
She's beautiful.
I think she's really attractive.
Is she another problematic
Would you go
fave?
for her?
No, not problematic
go
at
for
all.
her?
She's an unproblematic fave.
Is
Just
she?
a fave.
She's kind of done some things.
What
Has
has she done?
She did something.
You can't just...
What the
She did something. I'm sure. No, there was just like, I don't know, this interview I remember that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It didn't rub me the right way like she usually does.
Who
You
was it?
can't just say
I
this
know.
without
I
a
know.
source.
I mean, I would Google it. I
This is very toxic of you.
I guess I can't Google it because
Was it the one where she said, I saw a painting of 9/11 and it gave me the idea?
No, there was like this interview
That was a
where
crazy
she
interview.
did where it like left it left like a bad taste in my mouth. It was in poor taste or whatever. But I know
Okay.
like I can't remember it. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, it was the one she said, orange, you glad I didn't say banana? And Aaron was sitting there like, that joke's been done, Gail. That's in such poor taste.
But she was like, I thought of it last night. Oh.
Oh.
I like the idea that Gail's like a Muppet. Oh.
That's Ellen DeGeneres's way.
Aaron, what do you think of us?
I already answered. I said you're like lovely to be around. My heart is warm, as you said, and you're fun to banter with, both
Good.
of you.
Okay.
Lukas, you are famous. Gabby, you're the other one.
I am co-host.
Yeah,
You
you're
are
co-host. Co-host?
Co-host.
Uh,
I think that's what we gotta call the episode.
Oh,
Lukas and co-host.
I think you're Lukas. Okay.
I was thinking digital wedgies up until then.
Oh, that's pretty good. Digital
oh.
wedgies. Yeah.
The word wedgie just like hits me wrong, so wrong. But to be specific,
What
to
would you
each
name
of
it?
you, I don't. What did we talk about?
Brenda.
Name it 9/11.
A
Just
digital
9/11.
wedgie?
No, just 9/11.
Oh, the pot. I think Lukas was asking, what would you name a wedgie?
9/11, the podcast.
Oh, I thought you were saying you. You never talk about 9/11. You just call it that.
Oh, I hate myself.
To be specific to each of you, Lukas, I think in the way you said to me, I think you are so like thoughtful and considerate, and something you do on the podcast a lot. You'll ask like this question about someone out of nowhere, and you'll be like genuinely intrigued, but it's kind of like, where did this come from? You'll be like, oh, like Aaron, like I wanted to ask you. And then it'll just be something that had like nothing to do with anything, but you have like a genuine interest in like other people, and you know that's a very like thoughtful quality to have. Gabby
is there.
Is there.
That was really sweet. Thank you.
You don't always have like a filter. You'll just say things, as you started saying on stage recently. I don't know if you're done with that.
Oh yeah,
like, I'll say anything.
Yeah. Well, it was because I could tell it was during Lukas's show. I could tell the audience was like, that was a really good set I had at your show. I was like really rolling.
You did well.
Yeah, you were great.
And the audience absolutely loved it, but I could tell they were like scandalized by some of it. So I was like, I'll say anything.
Oh, so you thought of that in that moment?
Yeah, I thought of it in
You
that.
weren't like, I'm going to make this my catchphrase. Because
No.
I think you brought it to the next show too. And I was like, is she saying this?
No. I brought it to the next show, which was that was more because they didn't like me. And I was
don't think
like,
they liked anyone.
no, they didn't. That was a really bizarre room, actually.
It was
They liked Zach Zimmerman, but that's because he's funnier than everyone.
Well, I think they started to. It was up and down.
Yeah.
That room, a little bit.
Yeah.
But I love how sort of as a contrast to me, I have so much shame and embarrassment. I don't think you have any. At least you behave like you don't. You'll just say. You'll give me the longest winded jokes and be like, well, and it'll be like 2 paragraphs. No, not 2, 5 pages long. And they'll be like, well, and I'll be like, Gabby, you lost me so long ago. But like,
I think we're very
you have the courage to say that.
I think you and I are very similar in how we counter Gabby. In
Yes,
sort of
it's
just
true.
dynamic.
How do you counter?
I feel like I'm very
Lucas
similar
reins
to
me
you.
in.
I'm what?
You rein me in, Daddy.
Yeah. And you bring me out, mommy.
I do bring you out.
You do bring me out. No, but I'm also like very neurotic and ashamed and anxious and shit. I have a lot.
You're ashamed?
So much.
What are
shame.
you ashamed of?
What have you done?
What did you do?
Who have you killed?
My war crimes. I'm Coney.
I remember those.
I am Coney, and it's 2012.
Oh, time travel.
That was you? Oh my god, you look so good.
You look different.
You really glue up.
Glue up.
What do they say? Not you
Glowed.
glowed up.
Glowed
You
up.
Yeah. You
Remember
glue up.
Glowzel?
You really glue. You really glue.
You really
if there's one
Glowzel.
thing that you can say about Lukas, you really glue.
Oh my god.
You stick to me.
You
like
are the glue. Both of you two are actually like you guys and Nick Cohen, who is the person who wrote our theme song for new listeners who
Have
may
you
not
had
know.
him on?
We did.
We had him on,
Early
on
days,
Zoom.
right?
Yeah, early
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
But you three, as like my collaborative partners, are like the glue that holds me together. Because I am
Because you need a man to do it.
Yeah.
I need a neurotic Jewish sad man in my corner at all times. Otherwise, I fall apart. And I need them to be either gay or gay coded, and that's what I need in
I
the world.
remember
Vote
when
in the comments what I am. Like.
I feel like I'm an outlier here, but I never thought that like Lukas was gay. I feel like
Really?
I'm in the minority.
I never thought
You
Lukas
real-
was gay either. I just call him gay on this podcast every 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Because what's
I know
funnier
that-
than a straight man calling a straight man gay? A lesbian calling a straight man
Yeah.
gay.
You don't give me gay vibes. You give me straight like theater person vibes.
Which is what I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
And have been for many years.
Yeah. You
over
give me
10. Oh my god, for over 10 years,
Oh
over
my
a decade.
God. It's your decade theater anniversary.
No, I would say 12 years. I've been a straight theater guy. Before
Wow.
I was anti-theater and very gay. No.
What would you say to the football players who don't believe you should exist?
Said that you would never make it.
Yeah.
They came out to you that's like you'll never make it.
Yeah,
that's-
they went up to you. They were gonna shove you in a locker, and then they were like, "I'm not doing this because I think you're gay. I'm doing this because you can't hit that high C."
There were no football players in my high school. We didn't have competitive sports.
It was Brooklyn Tech,
Wow.
right?
No, it was Murrow High School.
I always think it was Brooklyn. Yeah, it was
I got
Murrow.
into Brooklyn Tech. I didn't go
Ah,
there. I was accepted.
you smarty boy.
But I said, no, I'm better than you.
Yeah, you went to the fake LaGuardia of Brooklyn.
Yes.
Yeah, Murrow. That's right.
I went to the Costco brand LaGuardia. The Kirkland zone.
That tracks.
You went to LaGuardia without the euphoria drug addicted element of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
Everyone at LaGuardia was so addicted to drugs and had so many eating disorders except me, and God, it was so hard. No.
It was so hard to not
My
have
life
an eating
was
disorder
so
and not
hard.
be addicted to drugs.
I didn't even have an eating disorder.
That was, oh my God, that was so funny. Oh.
Well, what a podcast
What a
has
podcast
been.
it was. This will be coming out next week. Aaron, do you have anything you would like to plug?
That was for you.
That was my plug. Yeah. Well, I guess. When does this come out? I mean,
Monday.
if you live in New York and feel like coming to Gabby and I's roast on the 19th at Grove 34, yeah?
Yeah,
I always
Grove
forget
34.
the number.
Yeah, Grove
We had
34 in Astoria, Queens.
Yeah, we had a show scheduled, but we had to like reschedule with Omicron. We haven't rescheduled it yet. So I guess follow the Anne Hathaway Presents page on Instagram, and then you'll know when our next show is. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and my TikTok is this too, but I made 4 TikToks. I feel like I'll make more eventually. Maybe I will, but all
You trying to come
platforms.
after my position on
Yeah.
I
TikTok?
really think I'm gonna surpass you with one TikTok. It'll be so big, it'll change the landscape forever.
It'll be Aaron and lesser TikTok guy and co-host.
Yeah, so ARAN_AC every platform. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me that traction that Lukas has,
Hell yeah.
and that Gabby had more of it than me until she was canceled off of Twitter. She had more Twitter followers.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. I have one thing to plug. I have a roast battle with Maxim Allen
Fuck
on
yes.
on the 20th.
The next day?
Yeah.
Do they do these every day?
No,
Well,
it's
no,
not
it's
a Grove.
not a-
That's
it's
a
not
New
a
York
Grove
Comedy
34.
Club.
It's New York Comedy Club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch these 2 weird frogmen roast each other.
Oh yeah.
Frogmen.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And
about you?
watch.
Besides the roast battle, is there anything at all?
Yes, February 3rd, which is kind of far from now, but it is happening. I'm going to be, I hope Claire remembered this, but I'm supposed to be on Drool, which is our former Meerkats guest Claire Alexander's show. I forget where it is, but just continue to follow Hip Soccer Mom on Instagram for details. And yeah, January 19th, come out and watch me crush Aaron's soul.
Hell yeah.
wait.
Drool Comedy, DRULE.
I
Drool
forgot.
Comedy on Instagram. You'll be able to find and follow the show. It's a great weekly show that they do.
Wait, what'd you forget?
Sorry, I also have a show.
Oh.
Always one-upping me.
I forgot.
Jesus.
Yeah, February 5th at 9:30 at the Duplex. It's the 2 gays, 1 mic show.
Okay,
Shout
fine,
out the
I guess.
hosts.
I guess you have a show. Okay.
Ryan Kersey.
Carson Molnarek. You're such an asshole.
We just got on film Aaron forgetting their
no,
name.
wait.
Aaron forgot the name of someone who booked him.
Can we edit
Aaron
this?
forgot the name of someone who
Ryan
booked him.
Kersey and Carson Molnaric.
No, it doesn't count.
Doesn't
that's,
count.
That's
Please
the.
That's been the podcast.
That's been the podcast. We'll see you next week. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
I'm so ashamed.